Folks, we're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting. For those who are on the line, if you could go ahead and turn on your cameras so that we can see who's there. I think most of you have it on now. I've got one myself that's my iPad for spare backup, so this reason simply that was turned off. At this time, Ms. Sue Culver is here. I've got the roll and I will be calling it. So when your name is called, if you would please say aye. Commissioner Davis? Here. Commissioner Farley? Commissioner?
Here.
Commissioner German?
Here.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Here.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yeah.
Commissioner Leggett?
Here.
Commissioner Lillard?
Here, present.
Commissioner Logan?
Here.
Commissioner Norton?
Here.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Here.
Perkins?
Here.
Commissioner Powers?
Here.
Commissioner Dale Reeves? Commissioner Dale Reeves? Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Here.
Commissioner Betsy Rice?
Here.
Commissioner Ray Seals?
Here.
Commissioner Robert Sills?
Here.
Commissioner Bill Walker?
Here.
Commissioner Larry Watkins?
Here.
Okay. We have 18 present and 1 absent. If you will please rise, or if you're standing, where you're at, and for the invocation, Commissioner Farley will give that to us tonight.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together today to do the business of the county of Fayette, Lord. Dear Lord, I pray that you watch over us and give us clear mind and good decisions to make to improve this county, Lord. Please watch over each and every one of us as we battle this disease that is going through our country, Lord. And please, Lord, bless us through this election that peace may come after it, Lord, and that your will be accepted. In all things we give thanks. In Jesus Christ's name I pray.
Amen. Amen.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the
United States of America, to the republic
which stands
one nation,
under God, indivisible,
liberty,
and justice for all.
Thank you. Just so everybody, and we took roll a minute ago, and I've got several folks on, and you can see their pictures. I want to go around the room, make sure everybody knows who's here in the courtroom. I've got Commissioner Watkins, Commissioner Ray Seals, Commissioner Tommy Perkins, Ms. Betsy Rice, Mr. Bill Walker, Mr. Chuck Davis, and I think that's all the commissioners here. All right. First item on the agenda today are approval that we are in the courtroom. Do we have anybody from the public here who needs to speak? Okay. First thing on the agenda is approval of minutes. Those are in your packets. Are there any additions or corrections to be made?
Commissioner Powers, move to accept minutes.
Okay.
Second, Commissioner Reeves.
Sure. Reeves, Steve Reeves. Okay. And all right, this will be a roll call vote. Yes, if you're in favor, and no if you're against. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yeah.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Commissioner Lillard?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins?
Coming up with that.
Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves? Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Rice?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray Seals?
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker. Commissioner Blair Watkins.
Yes.
Motion passes 18 in favor, none against. The next item on the agenda tonight are public hearings. In your packet, and you've got 2 hearings to be made for some zoning regulation having to do with solar. You do have in your packet a letter from Planning Commission Chairman, Planning Commission Chairman asking that these be tabled until December. They are currently working on some language that I think will address a lot of concerns. Mr. Pitter said that he's trying to pull together some stuff now that I think would answer things, and he would probably bring back something for you to consider whether or not you approve this tonight. So rather than adopt something and have to come back and look at it again, he's asking that it be postponed to December, at least tabled in December.
Mayor, can
I
I make a
move to
motion that
table.
we table it until the time that the planning director is ready to bring it back to us?
Okay, and that's Commissioner Farley.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and here, Commissioner Leggett. did I
Second
see-
that.
Okay, Commissioner Leggett, second that.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Yes.
Mayor, Commissioner Powers here.
Yes, sir.
Is this tabling both of the public hearings or just the one regarding financial?
The request is that.
My motion.
But, and I assume that that's my interpretation of the motion, that both of them be tabled. Am I correct?
My motion is for both.
Okay, Commissioner Leggett, you good with
Thank you
that?
for the clarification.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Commissioner Rice? Yes, ma'am. We don't usually meet in December. That hasn't been postponed. We could meet if we needed to, but generally we adopted a resolution in our November meeting that addresses that. So we haven't done that yet. So we could, but normally we don't. This will be a roll call vote to table both until December, or Commissioner Farley, was it December or until Mr. Pittner brings us something?
Until such time as the Mr. Pittner has the information to bring to us.
Okay. All right, everybody's heard the motion. This is a roll call vote. Commissioner Davis? Yes. Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Lillard?
Yes.
Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins? Yes. Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Rice? Yes. Commissioner Ray Seals?
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker? Yes. Commissioner Larry Watkins? Yes. Motion passes 18 and none opposed. Folks lost my agenda. The next item on the agenda tonight, elections and appointments, confirmations. You have in your packet election notaries publics. Those have been reviewed by the clerk and are up for your approval. Motion by Commissioner Ray Seals, second by Commissioner Larry Watkins. Again, a roll call.
Second one.
Mr. Mayor, Norton.
Oh, that was right.
Yes. Norton?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Norton. Is this the notary that we're looking at now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I want to, in true transparency, I want to recuse myself from voting, as my wife is one of those.
Okay, so it duly noted. Yes, sir. And I will just, when your name is called, let me just mention that, so I'll make sure I get it.
Dale Reeves.
Joined the meeting.
Commissioner Reeves, are you back with us? Everybody give me just 1 second. Commissioner Reeves, Dale Reeves. Okay, when he signs.
Hello, this is Commissioner Reeves.
Oh, thank you, Commissioner. Glad to see you there. All right, this was a roll call vote on the notaries. And the motion was made by whom? And second by Commissioner Watkins. All right, Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Commissioner Lillard?
Say no, say yes. Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Leggett comes.
Recuse.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Rice? Yes. Commissioner Ray Seals?
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker?
Yes.
Commissioner Larry Watkins? All right, 18 in favor, 1 abstention. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda tonight is library board nominations. Ms. Elizabeth Smith has been sent to the board to fill a seat. And the education committee had approved that. And it is in front of you. So you'll hear a nomination, further nomination. Commissioner Perkins. Commissioner Perkins, do I hear a Commissioner?
That second, Norton.
Okay, I've got Commissioner Rice up here, made the second, Commissioner Norton. All right, again, this is a roll call vote. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Lillard?
Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Rice? Yes. Commissioner Ray Seals?
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker?
Yes.
Commissioner Larry Watkins?
Yes.
All right, motion passes 19 in favor, none against. The next thing on the agenda tonight are financial reports. Those are in your packet, just give the appropriate official. The mayor's office, just a couple of things I want to bring your attention to is that, as you're aware, if you keep up with the COVID numbers, we've had a spike in the last 10 days, 2 weeks. We are watching those. It's come to my attention from the health department that it's probably a couple of hot spots. Got a number of folks at 1 or 2 locations, and of course their families are sort of involved. So that's the reason we got such a dramatic one. But that being said, this whole region, including North Mississippi, West Tennessee, Shelby County, have all experienced an increase in the last little while. Just want to let you know where we are on that. We are monitoring the situation, and if you got any questions or if there's any information I need to give you, we'll be in contact. Sheriff's Office. Sheriff's Office.
Report stands as is.
Okay, report stands as is. Board of Education. I've got Dr. Connie Smith, Dr. Percy Hamlet up here who would like to address the board and introduce Dr. Hamlet as our new director of schools for the Fayette County School System.
Good evening, commissioners and Mayor Taylor. This will probably be my last meeting with you. I've thoroughly enjoyed my the last 5 months with you. But tonight, I sort of wanted to give you an update on our interactions with the Department of Justice through Mr. Minor's office. Mr. Wendell Rainwright, our chairman of the board, and I have been in conversations probably monthly with the DOJ, and the questions they are asking are around the opening of schools, the safe and secure opening of schools, and how we proceeded, and how we transported students. And so since August the 10th, as you all know, we've been virtual, but we've got our brand new school superintendent here, Dr. Versi Hamlet, and she opened school yesterday. So I'm going to introduce her in just a second, but I wanted you to know that we've established a committee on the recruitment of minority and retention of minority teachers and educators in the Fayette County Public Schools. And we have Mr. Miles Wilson as our chairman, and there are several board members and community members that are on that committee. So we are advocating, we've developed several memorandum of understandings with various historically Black colleges to recruit and have a partnership. And so we are serious about moving towards a good status with the Department of Justice. And I know several of you have had questions about that, but I appreciate this opportunity to let you know what we're doing. We're very actively pursuing this. It's an utmost part of our mission and our vision for the public schools. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Lillard. I'm glad to see you. I was hoping you'd be here. But since this is my last meeting, I've very much enjoyed working with you. Now, I'd like for you to help me welcome our brand new superintendent of schools, Dr. Versi Hamlet.
Well, good evening. I just want to first say thank you to Dr. Connie for everything that she has done. She has made this transition very easy for me, and we're all going to miss her. She's working really hard to finalize a lot of things, and I'm very grateful. I can never repay you for what you've done for me, so I want to say thank you. So good evening to everyone. It is a pleasure being here. I look forward to being here as often as I'm invited to be here, and I look forward to great partnerships. So my task coming in 27 days now is to carry the torch, and we have discussed options for continued options for virtual learning, but also give options for in-person learning for our students. So we did start school on yesterday, and our staff have been amazing. A little scared with the COVID numbers going up, but we have assured them that we're in constant monitoring with our local and state officials. And so we're grateful for the opportunity to move forward at this time. We do know that this situation is very fluid, and so we will continue to monitor. I'm very excited to be here. We look forward to getting a routine of in-person learning. We have two cohorts. A group of students will go on Monday, Wednesday, and the other group will go Tuesday, Thursday. So we've got to get in the routine of things, and we're very excited. So I look forward to working with you.
And there was a small question on DSEG. Did you want to mention anything on that?
Well, I thought Dr. Connie had addressed that. Do you want me
Oh, you're good at that.
to fully address? Or
We have been providing all the facts and figures on race, ethnicity for the buses and the transportation, everything. And we have Mr. Minor with us here tonight. If there are any legal questions, I'm not going to delve into that, but I'm feeling really positive and optimistic about moving forward. I know Dr. Hamlet feels the same way that I do, and Mr. Chairman Rainwright, about moving this case forward to everyone's satisfaction.
Yeah, I just want to say that we're all on board and working hard, and I've had a little experience in Jackson-Madison County with unitary status, so I look forward to working with everyone.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
So we'll go on, and I think that's the end of the reports. The next item on the agenda tonight is the Development Committee.
Yes, sir, Mayor. I'll try to do better this month than last month. Development Committee met on October 12th. Present was Mr. Walker, Powers, Reeves, and myself. The only thing on our agenda was the voting of a chairman and a vice chairman, and myself was elected as chairman, and Mr. Walker was elected as vice chairman, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on agenda tonight is Health and Welfare Committee, Commissioner Reeves.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We met October the 12th. Members present: Leggett, Perkins, German, myself, Seals, and Goodrow. We elected me as chairman. Our vice chairman is Commissioner Leggett. We voted to sell some scrap semi-trailers. I guess we'll take that up at budget. So we did pass that. We had our ambulance report. Director Miller went over all our numbers. We were also out of ambulances 4 times this month without any calls holding. Our revenue is down just a little bit, but our collections are up. And then it was reported that our new ambulance has been ordered that will replace the one that was wrecked. So that was all we had, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Who's this?
I thought you gave an update about the phase 1 environmental study is almost complete. That may have been left out of there, but can you, while we're on the health and welfare stuff, can you fill us in on where we are with that and anything else having to do with that property for the animal shelter?
We provided information to this consultant. His last portion, I believe, was to contact the owner to get something right from him, make sure he got something. I think that was the last piece of it, to see if he knew of anything, because that was part of the study. Right now, we're waiting on that. Contact. We made touch base with the surveyor. First off, can y'all hear me?
Not very well.
Okay. We touched base with the surveyor. They're lining that up, so we're going to go ahead and do the survey just on the expectation that there won't be anything back from environmental. I don't expect anything from that. And once we have that will be coming from the commission to purchase a piece of property. We've already spoken to the architect engineer, and they are aware of what we're looking at. We've told them about the Hardeman County projects that are going on over there. They're very interested in sort of going over there and reviewing that and sort of see how they got to where they are, so they can sort of use it as a model for ours. And that's where we're going.
All right, so we're waiting on the finalization of the environmental study, and we're going to go ahead and start the survey.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Mr. Watkins.
Pick it up at the landfill and pay whatever the scrap.
Okay. You need to get with the commission, Mr. Charles afterwards, and sort of arrange that once this is approved. Commissioner Watkins was just letting us know about somebody who had an interest in buying the scrap trailer that was mentioned in the minutes. So we'll touch that a little bit later.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda tonight is Personnel Committee. Commissioner Willard.
He's muted.
Mr. Lillard, you're muted.
He's muted.
Your microphone's muted, Mr. Lillard. There you go.
Okay. Yes. We met this month and on the 12th, and we elected me as chairman of the committee, and that was voting was about the only thing we did.
I believe Commissioner Watkins was elected vice chair also.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner, thank you very much. We'll go on to the next committee. The next one is Education Committee. Commissioner Davis. Sir,
How do we do this?
just,
What you see there is what they're looking at. There you
Scoot down, I
go.
guess.
Stoop down, back up.
The Education Committee did meet on October the 13th. Present were Commissioner Watkins, Commissioner Norton, Commissioner Reeves, Commissioner Bill Walker, and Commissioner Jordan. We probably didn't give Commissioner Jordan a very good welcome over their Zoom, but we do welcome him to our committee. Our first item was election of officers, and where I was elected chairman and Commissioner Bill Walker was elected as vice chairman. We went over the library board nomination, and we approved it, which the committee's already approved that. We also had discussion about the school desegregation lawsuit, which the director of schools have mentioned that a little bit. We probably will consider keep that in our discussions for a while. And actually, Dr. Connie Smith has left, but from this committee, I'd like to thank her for her cooperation with this committee, and put that in the records as we thank her for that, and look forward to working with the new director too. And that's all we did.
thank you. The next item on the agenda tonight is criminal justice, public safety, Commissioner Rice.
Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee met on October 13th with all 6 members present, Commissioners Goodrow, Seals, Leggett, Perkins, Norton, and Rice. The same officers were approved for the next year. Commissioner Goodrow as vice chairman and Rice as chairman. We heard or reviewed the sheriff's report, the EMA quarterly report. Chief Hartfield discussed the progress on the fire training committee facility. And we heard from Mayor Taylor about the LaGrange Fire Department request to become part of the county fire department, and some more work was going to be done on the financial aspects of that transfer, and that will be discussed again next month. One budget amendment was approved related to the CAD system and the 911, the jail software, and that will be taken up in the budget hearing tonight. I believe that's all we did.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
you.
Next item on the agenda tonight is the budget committee, Commissioner Jarman.
Yes, we met October the 13th. All of our committee was present. Commissioner Steve Reeves, Logan, Oglesby, Lillard, Farley, Ray Seals, Dacus, Rice, and myself. First item of business, of course, we had was the election, and Commissioner Steve Reeves is our vice chairman, and I was elected as the chairman. I'm not going to read all the minutes because we'll cover everything by the time we go through these budget amendments. 6.2. This budget amendment transfers the year-to-date funds that we collect from the courts. It goes to the Carl Perkins Children Fund. There's no change to our fund balance. This was approved by the budget committee. I make a motion, we approve it.
Norton, second.
Norton, seconds the motion.
That's correct.
Your name is called, please. Yes, if you're in favor, no if you're against. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarman?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Leggett,
Yes.
Lillard, Commissioner Lillard. Yeah.
Yes.
Commissioner Logan,
Yes.
Commissioner Norton,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins. Yes. Powers,
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Vince Rice, Commissioner Ray Seals,
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills,
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Larry Watkins.
Yes.
Motion passes 19 in favor, none against. Commissioner,
Next item of business, 6.3. This budget amendment reimburses the 911 board for the cost of the module that we approved last year to improve the efficiency of moving and tracking the prisoners in the jail. The cost is $109,876. This will come from our fund balance. This was approved by the Public Safety Committee and the Budget Committee. I make a motion, we approve it.
all right, Commissioner Jerome made a motion, Commissioner Wright seconded. Commissioner Davis? Yes. Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner Jerome?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Say it again.
Yes.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Commissioner Lillard?
Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Perkins? Yes. Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Vince Rice? Commissioner Ray Seals? Commissioner Robert Sills?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker?
Yes.
Commissioner Larry Watkins?
Yes.
Motion passes 19 in favor, none against.
All right, 6.4. This budget amendment moves funds from Circuit Court Reserve Account so that they can purchase new computers. The amount is $2,550. There's no change to our fund balance. This was approved by the Budget Committee. I make a motion, we approve it.
Motion is made by Commissioner German. Do I hear a second? Commissioner Perkins, second motion. Okay, roll call vote. Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Goodrow?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Leggett?
Yes.
Commissioner Lillard?
Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins? Yes. Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Steve Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Ross? Commissioner Ray Seals? Commissioner Robert Seals?
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker?
Yes.
Commissioner Larry Watkins?
Yes.
19 in favor, none against, Mr. Chairman.
All right, the last one, 6.5. Our Fayette County Solid Waste Department has requested permission to sell an old tandem trailer and some 3-yard containers for scrap. This was approved by the Health and Welfare Committee and also the Budget Committee. I move that it be allowed.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner German, second Commissioner Reeves. Roll call vote. Excuse me. Steve Reeves. Sorry about that. Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Farley?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Lake?
Yes.
Lillard?
Yes.
Commissioner Logan?
Yes.
Commissioner Norton?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Perkins? Yes. Commissioner Powers?
Yes.
Commissioner Dale Reeves,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Betsy Rice, Commissioner Ray Seals,
Yes.
Commissioner Robert Sills,
Yes.
Commissioner Bill Walker, Commissioner Larry Watkins.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, 19 in favor, none against.
That's all we really had, Mayor, that we took any action on. We did listen or discuss some about the fire training facility and the LaGrange Fire Department takeover request, but you're not looking for any action on that tonight. Is that correct?
No, sir, I'm not looking at for anything like that tonight.
Okay.
If you want to, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I left somebody off the agenda and I was going, if you were through your report, I'm going to please recognize. Mr. Dowdy up here with Public Works, when we went through, I didn't allow him time to speak, and I think he's fine. He doesn't have anything. I just want to make sure he had the opportunity. Sorry about that.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah,
Norton, I'd like to take this moment to thank Mr. Dowdy and his staff for a quick response on a complaint that one of my constituents had. I just want to say, well done.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir, Commissioner German.
That reminded me of something too. I get a few calls now and then, and most time it's for something that we hadn't done just right or want to look into. But I had a call from a lady down in the West End that I think she enjoyed standing in line and voting this week so much she wanted to do it again. But she just couldn't believe how courteous and how efficient our election commission has handled all this early voting. So I did call Miss Carla up there, and she was supposed to tell Josh also, so I hope they did.
Mr. Josh Tapp and Ms. Carla Cannon have made that up there run like a smooth clock. We've had, as of Saturday, a little over 11,000 folks vote. We've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 28,000 folks in the county. And I can remember there being times when we would get 11,000 folks between two elections, much less one. So the turnout's been very heavy, but they have moved this through like a Swiss watch. It's just been very calm. They treated folks well, nothing but compliments. So I'll pass that on to them. Thank you. Any other business tonight? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion is made, seconded. All those in favor, please hand up.